you guys, Kamaria here. As I promised, I'm going to be creating this video to talk a little bit about the topic that was actually most requested, which was working with the dark goddesses. I'm so sorry, I actually made a few notes about this because I don't want to get off from the topic too much because I literally can talk about this forever. And so instead of actually going over so many details now, I will leave that option for if you guys actually would like to enjoy it more. We can actually go and create the course and do that together. Anyway, so the dark goddess that I work the most is Lilith. I don't discredit any other dark goddess. I just, to me, Lilith is the first source of the divine feminine. So, in any dark goddess that I actually know, or any deity that I actually know, I will always find parts of Lilith on them. So basically, instead of working with partially, I work with the whole. And I have been working with Lilith for so many years now that I've lost count of how many years I have been actually working with her and being guided by her, and that it's something that it truly changes my life, and it's a constant learning process. And there's always something new, and there's always something new that comes through. And that is something that I also learn with her because it's part of like evolving and growing. So, my personality is very similar with Lilith archetype. And what do I mean with that? There's a lot of, we all actually work through the shadow work. When you do the shadow work, it's like working through the parts that you wanted to keep hidden from yourself. So it's the parts that you wanted to actually push it aside and not deal with that and just ignore. And Lilith actually works those parts, and she literally makes you go through them and process them, and teaches you how to overcome those stages and then move forward. So literally the shadow work for me, it works like that. And it's not something that I have mastered, because I think every single day there's something new in our lives, and we're always growing, we're always learning something new. And sometimes you think that you master something, and then eventually you get in a point, and then you get new informations, and you're like, well, I didn't think about that wasn't part of it, and I had no knowledge about this before. So then you have something else to work with, and then you grow again and you choose again. Another thing is the fact that pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, it's just like going beyond your limits, and I question everything. And that is a big thing for me. It's not something, I'm not the type of person that's just gonna go and do exactly what I have been told, because I'm going to have my own opinion. I'm going to have like my own perception, and then it doesn't matter how many times people say this is how it has to be. This is how you have to live your life, and I'm always going to have questions. And at the end of the day, I'm always gonna go with whatever I feel that is right for me. And if that means then I'm gonna fall and I'm going to make a mistake, hey, I'm learning. And that's part of it. Another one is equality. hold on that, because there's more that I want to talk about that. So, but equality is a big one for Lilith. Another part is the sexuality. And when I say sexuality, I'm not saying just the act of sex, but also the fact that there's like many ways that you can have intimacy with people. And sometimes there's like sexual encounters, physical sexual encounters, which is amazing, and but there's also the way that you look at someone, the way that you feel next to someone, the way that you talk to someone, the way that you share your life with someone. All of these parts are actually intimacy, and all of this is actually part of a part of this as well. So all of this is a combination of like living your true sexuality. One thing, Lilith will tell you things for what it is. She's not gonna be actually sugarcoating anything. She's not going to be measuring her words, and she's literally gonna be like straightforward and just say, this is it, and if you wanted to hear it, you're gonna hear it. And that's how she is. And part of me, I'm not as blunt as she is, but if there's a conversation and people are actually having a conversation, I do tell them the truth. I am going to be fully honest with them, and how I feel, how I perceive the situation, and how it is. So that's also part of her archetype. Another thing is feeling comfortable in your own skin, feeling secure. This is just a tool. A body is just a tool. We're not just physical. We're so much more than that. And so she literally teaches you how to be comfortable in your own skin. She teaches you then it doesn't matter which gender you are, which race you are, where you're from. It doesn't matter. What matter is your essence, and that's the part that is actually the most important part. And she will teaches you and empower you to actually feel secure with yourself and feel confident, and and part of that also brings the part of her fierce side, because she can be fierce as hell. And but you know what, that comes with the boundaries. Boundaries, it's something that is extremely important on Lilith archetype, and we do need to actually have boundaries in our lives for our own sanity, have time for ourselves, and have limitations. And sometimes you can just do so much, and you can just give so much, and knowing that and being that for you, it's also a big thing on her. When I say working with the dark goddess, I am not, and I'm going to emphasize on this, I'm not telling you to do a ritual and invoke like Lilith. This is not what this is about. I am not telling you to do that. If you decide to do that, that's on you. You're responsible for your own life and for your whatever it is that you would like to do. However, I would actually tell you this. Do you know rituals? Do you know who you're working with? What does that mean to you? What is your intentions? What is it that you wanted to get from this? What? So, what is it that you actually expecting, and how do you perceive her? Because I can tell you this. Lilith, She will honor every single thing that you think of her. She will honor all of the thoughts that you have of her. May that be she's a demon, she's a baby eater, she's a succubus, she's a vampire, or she's the goddess, or she's the first woman, or she was the one then women would pray to actually being pregnant. She would be the one then women would pray to actually have her to protect their children. It all depends. It's all about your perception. Because one thing you have to understand is Lilith is you. She is a reflection of you. So however you see her and however you perceive her, she will honor that and she will be true to your perception. So let's say you're creating this ritual to work with Lilith, and because you wanted to learn something, but you have this thought that she's a demon. What is that going to bring to you? Is that going to be something positive, or is that going to bring you fear? Is that going to make you insecure? Is that going to question? Is that going to make you question about the things that is happening in your life? Are you actually going to take that on a positive side, or are you actually just going to be really working yourself out because you think that you're doing something bad? Judgment. It comes there. If you think that she's the goddess and the first woman, then she's the feminine empowerment. She represents all women, and she's like the one that can be submissive, and then you're actually going to create a distance between you. You're going to actually impose yourself so much that you're going to create a distance between the feminine and the masculine. And that's the part that I wanted to talk to you about it, because Lilith, when you come to think about it, she's actually for equality. How can she represent the feminine side only and diminish or lower or put it a superior side on either part? To Lilith, you're genderless. It's not you as a woman, it's not you as a male, it's nothing. You're genderless. We are all equals. That's what it is, the oneness. That's what it is to actually work with the dark goddess Lilith, and she will teach you that. And she is the balance, basically. Working with Lilith is going to create your balance. However, when you work with Lilith, and when you're working with the dark goddess, always keep it in mind your intentions, how you are actually working on this. Are you working to evolve? Are you working to grow? Are you working to better yourself? Or are you going to be on a fear state? Are you going to actually be demonizing this situation? Are you going to be dragging those situations down? All of this is part of actually working with Lilith. At the end of the day, only you can say what it is to actually work with the dark goddess, and how the dark goddess is going to affect you and transform your life. Because if you don't have an open mind to learn, because she will teach you, and she will take you out of your comfort zone. She will actually make you question everything in your life. She will make you wonder about everything in your life. The choice is always yours. always. She's not going to force herself into you. She's not going to make you do anything. That is your choice. She will teach you. You can grow with her if you want to. Big kisses. This is Kamaria, and soon I'm going to be talking about this a little more on a little session that I'm going to create for you guys. Please feel free to join if you want to, and talk to you guys later. Have a great week. Bye.